name is Shamora Renee, and you are watching the first episode of Work, Play, and Reflection. I'm an insurance agent by day, humanitarian by night. One might say I have my hands in a little bit of everything. What I like to talk about in my workshops is living a balanced life. And for me, that consists of 50% work, education, your career, personal growth. 20% play, that's your activities, different hobbies you might be involved in, vacation. And 30% reflection, sleeping, just looking back on your day, reflecting on the things that took place. Or if you keep a diary or journal, that's also reflecting on your life. Today, we're going to do an activity that encompasses all three. So, follow me in the kitchen and I'll show you. For this activity, you will need one large box, one box cutter, clear tape, clear mailing tape, aluminum foil, plastic wrap, wax paper, scissors, toothpicks, a brownie box, and a few of your favorite photos. My friends call me a hoarder, and I agree to some degree. One of the things that I like to hold on to is empty boxes. My love for boxes have taught me to think outside of the box, and I've come up with this nifty, thrifty activity that you can use the next time that you have to bring brownies to a function. You can make a nice little serving tray that's very inexpensive. Okay, for this activity, we're going to use a few assumptions just for timing purposes. One, we're going to assume that you're baking brownies out of a box and that you held on to your empty box for part of this activity. The first step is you can cut along the edges of your box very neatly, and what you want to do is take out the flat portion, the flat, even portion of the box. And for timing, I've already cut a sample just to show you the activity. Now, what you want to do is grab one of your pieces of aluminum foil. If it's on a roll, that's fine. It's just I like these because they're easier to work with. And you're going to wrap it around your box. And depending on the size of your foil, what you're looking for is a perfect fit, at least to cover the top of the tray. Now, this is the side that's going to be displayed. Don't worry about the back because it's going to be on a flat surface. But once you have your foil around your tray, you do want to make sure it's secure. And that you can do by putting your tape on the back of it just to hold it in place. So flip your board back over on the nice smooth side. And then you want to take your pictures. The beauty of this is, depending on the size of your box, the size of your serving tray, you can use as many or as little pictures that you want to use. And instead of using a plain old pair of scissors, you can get creative with it. Get you some painting shears or different shapes. You can find these at your local craft store. Very inexpensive. Once you cut out your pictures, these were pre-cut. I'm just trying to give you a better idea of what you're going to do. Make the shapes or cut the straight edges however you would like to do it. Tape them to your board. You don't have to use any particular order to tape them, but just make sure you place them on your board. Take a piece of your mailing tape and then secure them in place. Like so. So you have your pictures, and as I said, you can put as many or little as you like. But once you have your pictures situated the way you like them, take your plastic wrap and go around your board with the plastic wrap. And you want to be sure to wrap the entire board. Once you have your plastic wrap secure around it, then it's a good time to move on to the next step with the box. I told you, love empty boxes, but gotta get them out the house. What I like to do with the empty box is just cut it in 3 different sizes, kind of making stair steps. And that's a way you can present your brownies in an even more beautiful fashion. And I'll show you what it looks like later on in the completed product. The way I like to cut the box is, and be careful, I mean, I'm not the best when it comes to cutting boxes, but I try. So you want to be careful not to get your fingers in the midst of cutting. You definitely don't want to look away too much while you're cutting and create an accident. And try to get it as nice and neat as possible. If it's not perfect, that's okay, because the brownies are going to cover it anyway. As I said before, you want to do 3 different lengths. So that's 1. Usually, once the first one is cut, the second and the third are much easier to cut because the box bends a little better. So, I'm just going to use this because I don't want to mess up my countertop. So, hopefully you'll get a better idea of where I'm going with the stirrers. And voila, stairs. But of course we don't want them to look like that. So what we're going to do is grab our trusty foil again. And wrap it around the stairs. So you're going to repeat the same step to all of the stairs. And when you're finished, just take a little piece of tape just to secure them together. Once that step is completed, just take the tape and secure it one step further to your board. And like I said, for timing purposes, we're just going to do a little bit of it, but I'll show you the finished product. And here's one finished product. Now, y'all know I don't have a real party to go to, but these surely are real brownies, and I have a real person to help me eat them. My favorite cousin D. Hi. Okay, well.
These are good.
Oh, thank you. You're too kind. You're too kind. Well, thanks again for joining me in my first episode of Work, Play, and Reflection. And always keep in mind that in order to live the most fulfilling life, you should have balance. And balance is 50% work, 20% play, and 30% reflection. And if you want to know more about my ideas, please follow me on the web at ShamoraRenee.com. Thank you and have a wonderful day.